Hello and welcome to the Weather Hazard Briefing presented by National Weather Service Pocatello for Tuesday, February 18th. Here's what you'll see in this presentation. We have some light rain and snow that will continue today after the heavier snow we've had for the past couple of days. And this light rain and snow will continue not only today but tonight and into Wednesday morning. We're also expecting some breezy conditions, mostly in the Snake River Plain and eastern Magic Valley, into the evening today, at which point they'll diminish, and we're not looking for any sort of significant wind for the rest of the 5-day period, especially the next 3 days. And then we are looking for some light, possibly moderate rain and snow for Wednesday afternoon through Thursday afternoon. So it really won't start, we believe, in most locations until Wednesday afternoon, especially in the west, and it will spread in the afternoon, and by Wednesday night it will be reaching the Wyoming border. And we are looking for a stronger winter storm, possibly as early as Sunday night, but more likely on Monday. So here's the satellite image. You can see the storm that's exiting right here. It is leaving behind some low cloudiness and some lingering clouds here, and that is all pushing up against these mountains. And so whenever you lift air, especially moist air like cloud laden air over mountains, you do get some light precipitation at least, and that is what we will be seeing during the day today. Here's an outlook into the eastern Pacific. Our Wednesday storm is this feature right here, and it's been slowing down. It is bumping into a high pressure system over the Great Basin, but it will be pushing through, and by tomorrow afternoon it will be bringing rain and snow to eastern Idaho. So here's the weather risk outlook. The thing to notice is that right now it looks like there'll be very little impacts as far as the snowfall amounts. As you can see, it's not even reaching minor impact, which would mean that we have some sort of winter weather advisory contemplated, and right now it just doesn't seem like anything's reaching that level of impact, and certainly nothing at moderate or major, which would be a winter storm warning. See, a lot of it is rain and snow, and solidly for the first 3 days here we will see some. Then on that third day, Thursday, we just have a slight chance of morning snow in the central Idaho mountains, and slight chance would mean 15 to 25%, so it's not great, and it is very likely that they could have some nice clear sunshiny, especially by the afternoon. They should be sunshiny days here. And then on Friday and most of Saturday, very limited stuff going on. It's mostly in the eastern highlands. And then Saturday night, there is a slight chance of some night snow if that system that is expected to move into the west coast from the Pacific, if it comes early, then they might see something as early as Saturday, but or that would actually be more early Sunday morning, but again, it's just a slight chance. All right, so here's what we're expecting today. This low is in the vicinity, close enough where it's still going to be creating and generating some snow, especially this morning, but it will warm up, and that will turn over a lot of this to at least mixed precipitation or even rain, especially at the lower elevations. So here are the high temperatures and low temperatures for today and tonight. We are looking for a pretty mild day. We're getting a mild start to the day. For instance, Pocatello this morning bottomed out between 30 and 32 degrees. It won't be warming up much, but it will be staying above freezing. So a lot of it will be, rain, snow mix, and maybe in the afternoon when it gets above 35 or 36, it'll be all rain. You can see 40s here in the eastern Magic Valley. Even Stanley will get to 32 degrees today. But the clouds thin out, and so temperatures will turn a lot colder than they were this morning, with solid 20s, lower to middle 20s for the Snake River Plain, eastern Magic Valley, middle to upper 20s, and then look at single digits at Stanley Basin for tonight. And here's the snow. Again, it's really light. A lot of this, it says just less than an inch. A lot of this, I'd say the majority of it is below half an inch, and a good portion of it is below 0.2 of an inch for both these periods here during the day today. The only place of significance would be up here in the eastern highlands, and then in the southeast highlands too, especially and the higher mountains of the Bear River Range and the Centennial Mountains. And then it really drops off tonight. Not very many places getting anything at all. Again, the clouds are thinning out, and that's why it's turning colder. And again, less widespread, less than half an inch, and a good portion of this less than 2/10 of an inch. Okay, so if we add up all the 24-hour, all those 4 6-hour periods into one 24-hour period, this is what we're expecting. Still, with all that less than an inch, you can see it's, when you add it all together, it's still less than an inch for a lot of the Snake River Plain and Eastern Magic Valley and even the Central Idaho Mountains. The only place where it's going to accumulate very much is over here in the eastern and southeast highlands, and very limited areas of 6 inches or more. It's mostly relegated to the very high peaks in this part of our forecast area. Okay, I also mentioned winds today. We are looking for breezy conditions, some of which, especially in this dingy yellow and the brighter yellow area here, this is probably where we could move snow if there isn't much of a crust, and it could drift snow, and it's just, so it's probably not likely there. The closer you get to Idaho Falls area, where it's going to be windy up there too, between Idaho Falls and Swan Valley, for instance, there you could see a lot more drifting. And then here's this evening's winds. Again, the strongest winds expected during this time period, and you can see there's barely anything that's reaching this 25 mile an hour or 25 knot wind speed. So I wouldn't imagine you'd see much snow moving after this. And again, for the rest of the 5-day period, we're just not looking at any sort of really strong wind. Okay, here is Wednesday. You're starting to see more rain, snow, mixed precipitation developing, and again, this is a stationary boundary, so it's probably just going to linger here. It's still helping to generate. There's still a lot of moisture around. We're still going to be getting some light showers, but they are extremely light, and we'll take a look at that too. But first, temperatures, you can see it's about the same as the day before. Still temperatures getting into the 40s in the Eastern Magic Valley, Stanley up to 35, Pocatello warming actually to 38. And then we are having the clouds move in on Wednesday. Wednesday afternoon is when the next snow will start of any significance. And you can see with the cloud cover, look at Pocatello stays at around 32 degrees. Stanley, instead of being in the single digits, is now in the teens. So it's a lot warmer for Wednesday night. Here's the snowfall. Again, look how light this is. So again, this is in the morning. This could happen, but most likely we won't see anything. A lot of this is sort of slight chance level. So it's like 1/10 of an inch or 2/10 of an inch, maybe half an inch. But you can see here in the afternoon on this second panel that it does increase. We start getting, 1 to 2 inch accumulations across a good portion of the north. Areas here that are blank, you're probably getting rain, because it will be that mild. For instance, Pocatello getting rain. And then in the evening, again, rain in this area more than likely. And then you see Pocatello just starting to turn over to snow. And even in there, some isolated pockets of rain in the city of Pocatello, for instance. And again, even in the mountains, 1 to 2 inches. And then this darker is 2 to 3. So, and even darker, 3 to 4. So, the 3 to 4 is happening at well above, 9,000 feet. Same, actually the amount of snow tapers off after 11 p.m. Tomorrow night, and just very limited areas getting 1 to 2 inches. So if you round up those 4 periods, here's a 24-hour snowfall for 5 a.m. Wednesday to 5 a.m. Thursday. 6-inch line would be the yellow, and you can see it's spotty. And again, I wouldn't expect us to issue anything for this unless somehow there are stronger winds that would help blow this snow around. But it really is at high elevations. I'd say most of it is above 8,500 feet at least. All right, here's Thursday. Again, you can see this boundary is actually moving now away from Idaho. And so the amount of snow here for Thursday will be even less. And again, it's mixed precipitation because we'll be warming and cooling both above and below the freezing threshold of 32. So here's the high temperatures on Thursday. Again, a lot of areas you can see getting above freezing. In fact, very few not getting above there, even Stanley at 35. And then with the loss of cloud cover, the temperatures plunge back down here on Thursday night. 3 degrees for Stanley. Pocatello gets below freezing again, and a lot of teens here in the Arco Desert. The snowfall for Thursday, again, look how light this is. A lot of areas that actually may be getting nothing, not even rain. And you can see the snowfall amounts widespread, less than an inch, and probably, again, less than half an inch for the majority of this. And then during the Thursday night, you can see it's almost ended. And this is probably more a fog bank here, especially after 11 p.m. on Thursday. So the total snowfall for this 24-hour period, again, it struggles to even add up to an inch, never mind an individual 6-hour period. And very limited areas getting 1 to 3 inches. It's mostly in the mountains in the eastern and southeast highlands. That's all I have. If you have any further questions, you can always contact us at this telephone number here. Check out the weather yourself at weather.gov/Pocatello. Thanks for watching.